Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 3 between Czech and Hawk. Game number 3 taking place here on Terranistan as we have Hawk spawning as the light blue human player over here on the top left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom right, we have Czech spawning as the red Night Elf. Night Elf versus Undead in this 1v1, and we are all tied up at 1 game apiece. Thanks for watching so far. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this series, high quality series, as both of these players have been showing very high level plays of WarCraft 3. We are going to be looking at an Archmage going up against a Warden this time around, so not a Warden or a Demon Hunter versus the Archmage again, and I am expecting some early creeping to happen. Gonna go ahead and slow things down to 1 speed as we have just come across that 2-minute mark. Archmage over here on the top left gonna drop a water elemental and may reposition himself to try and deal damage to these apprentice wizards. You can see him now dealing damage to all 3 of these, and this is some actually very strong micro, trying to make sure that all 3 units are taking damage, but none of them are killed by that lightning shield. Alright, the apprentice wizard will get taken down here. Archmage will in fact get to level 2. There it goes, as we now pick up Claws of Attacks +6 and a Manual of Health. Warden on the other end of the map picks up a very early Boots of Quoth the Lost, +6 damage. And wow, this Ancient of War almost gets taken out, as we now see this footman purposely aggroing this mercenary camp here to try and get some units to attack this Ancient of War. Czech not going to be so lucky this time around though, as the Ancient of War taking a little bit of piercing damage by one Kobold Geomancer who has not yet given up. Back over here at the 12 o'clock location, a green creep camp will get cleared out. Meanwhile, a Wisp looking for the Archmage, not going to have a very easy time finding him, as the Archmage now wandering across over here has +9 attack after Claws of Attack +6 and a Mantle of Intelligence. Now, will the Warden be able to deal a whole lot of damage once more? That is going to be the question, as we are still looking at, well, how these players are going to be playing this game in terms of the long term. Early expansion by Czech though, and that means that the economic advantage that human players normally have is not going to come to pass. Archmage does a quick shadow meld there, and the Warden, I do not believe, was ready for that at all. A little bit more splash damage coming in from those water elementals as the Archmage shadow melded and, well, was able to dodge that Warden again. Warden, however, very high on armor at 6.8 armor, as the Archmage may be forced to shadow meld once more, unable to get the shadow strike off, as the Warden now taking more and more damage continually. That Cloak of Shadows being used very effectively so far. As you can see, the Warden of Czech not able to do very much of anything there. Alright, Archmage still down over here. It looks as though, yes, 1 wizard will get taken down. The apprentice wizard will get taken out as well, as the Archmage still sitting at level 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
Back across here, more archers are being trained up. Down over here to the south, the archers getting in some easy damage onto the apprentice wizards. They are going to fall. The Warden picks up Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3, +75 hit points. Still rather useful here, as the Archmage does get to level 3 after clearing out a Murloc creep camp. Back across here though, Ancient of War is, well, currently now fighting back. You can see that it is not training up any units, and the Water Elemental purposely engaged so that it is now taking that damage from that Ancient of War. 45 to 54 damage per attack. Experience was given up to 533 now, as we now look down over here, the Warden looking to finish off a Renegade Wizard. Warden should be able to get to level 3 as well, and currently sitting at +12 attack. Very high damage, as she picks up a Tome of Intelligence. Back across in the center, the Archmage still working overtime trying to clear out these creep camps, as we are nearly done with the upgrade to tier 2. Tree of Ages has just now started, and does the Archmage know what is in store for him? Rifleman now being added here. Are we getting the Rifleman upgrade or Long Rifles upgrade? No, we are not. Just more and more Riflemen being added, and we could be adding perhaps some sort of Tavern Hero or a Mountain King. No, Mountain King it is, as we are now going into a single Arcane Sanctum. A lot more common when you are going Rifle Caster, as we are now looking at the footmen wandering around here. Riflemen do not have that range upgrade, just now getting that long rifle upgrade. And if we do see a lot of huntresses, which Czech is currently training up, this could be a very, very short game. Rifleman 19 to 28 damage. Archmage using up a clarity potion now, also has a scroll of regeneration. May try and, no, not gonna clear out a difficult creep camp at all, as the Archmage, well, decides to head back over here to the shop. Not quite sure what to make of it. Mountain King may pick up some ivory towers. There is one. Archmage does not have any, so only one ivory tower, as priests are now being added as well. Priest for healing, as we now see the Tree of Life of Czech is trying to, well, get some economy going for him down over here. The longer this game goes, the better it will be for Czech, since there is that economic advantage, unless Hawk is able to shut down this expansion here, or perhaps even shut down the main base. Tree of Ages is just now done, as the Ancient of Wonders is going to be taking a little bit of damage. Rifleman, Mountain King back over here. There's a Stormbolt there, as the Water Elemental getting in some good splash damage once more. All right, is it going to make its way out? Wow, those Riflemen with that very, very far range, able to deal so much damage, as the Footmen do have Defend. All right, going after that one Goblin Shredder. The Goblin Shredder not taken down. Militia now being called in, as this is your classic, very, very fast push already coming into play. Footmen with Defend. Huntresses gonna have to deal with the Riflemen. Riflemen are rather high on hit points, and strong enough to deal with a Fan of Knives. Meanwhile, we are looking at an Arcane Tower now being constructed as well, as the Water Elemental is in that front position. However, the Archmage does not have enough mana to really do all that much right now. Only one Water Elemental will be alive. A beautiful Fan of Knives hits a lot of Footmen there, as we should see some Footmen now falling. However, in the back position here, Mountain King gets a Stormbolt onto the Warden. Warden now in a bit of trouble, takes a little bit of damage. Without the Ancient of Wonders, it is going to turn into a very, very bad fight. No way to refill those Moonwells, as those Moonwells are already all empty, and nothing to challenge these Arcane Towers. All right, Moonwell number 1 about to fall, as we now see the Riflemen with that superior range, 600 range, increasing their range by 50%, as all that can really happen now is check to try and intercept units as they come in. So far, not looking good. 40 over 40 compared to 48 over 48. Hawk is doing a great job, as the Warden now wants to get to level 4, but may not be able to get there. Mountain King doing a little bit of follow-up right there. Archers are just far too weak, and this was the problem with the Night Elf trying to expand early. It is a great counter if you believe your opponent is going to be expanding to maintain equal economy, but you do not have as much natural base defense as a Night Elf. All right, we can take a look at that. Nature's Blessing has now been completed. Arcane Tower is going to finish off over here, as all the Night Elf player can really hope to do is, well, to try and push its way in here. All right, Arcane Tower dealing in some damage. Militia now trying to fight back. If you turn this into a base race, who is going to win, as the Tree of Ages is currently under repair. All right, Wisp after Wisp is getting taken out. Peasants are engaging as well, as we can see back down across over here. Some of those low hit point units are starting to fall. All right, level 4 now on the Warden. Warden can in fact do a lot more damage, finishing off some more units here, as this Arcane Tower is pretty much all that is left. Is this going to turn into a pure base race, as the Swirl Town Portal now being used? Little does he know that the Ancients of Lore are already down. All right, let's take a look at this. Scroll of Town Portal being used by Czech, and that has to come as a surprise to Hawk, wondering, wait a second, what just happened? How did he Scroll of Town Portal out of this place when he doesn't have a town hall? 45 over 54 though. Now, Hawk does know that there is an expansion in play. A little bit of dizziness right there. Are we perhaps going to be looking into Dryads right now, as the Tree of Life are training up more Wisp? Hawk looking to come across over here now, finish off some units. Rifleman, that one does need to back off. dealing a little bit more damage than he would like to. As we see, well, the rifleman, that really just should be moved away. All right, a second lightning shield now being added. Rifleman number 1, rifleman number 2, as they both fall as devotion aura now dropped for that Mountain King. Altar of Elders now finished and destroyed. Naga Sea Witch is sitting at 2. Warden is sitting at 4. As a water elemental off over here, looking for where that additional base is. No such luck as of yet, as the Goblin Shredder now looking to clear up these locations here. All right. Warden, Archers, Naga Sea Witch, and Zeppelin now trying to make a bit of a play. He does have a smaller army, 45 over 50 compared to 33 over 50. One Goblin Shredder here, but Czech does have, well, does not even have the level advantage any longer, as the Mountain King has gotten to level 3. Both sides are at tier 2, as the Goblin Zeppelin currently, where is it? No. So difficult to spot. The Goblin Zeppelin right off over here now may try and do a bit of landing straight up on this economic location here. All right, Lumber Mill is being added. More Scout Towers and Arcane Towers are being added as well. Here comes the Zeppelin. Is it going to be able to deal enough damage? That is going to be the question, as the archers and units are now dropping straight on inside this base. And now the Warden is going to be coming in with a beautiful fan of knives, dealing tremendous, terrible damage across multiple units. Meanwhile, back across over here, one Dryad, Footman, Rifleman looking to finish off all of these units here. And the big problem is that there are no Druids of the Claw. The Dryads are the only real offensive unit capable of coming out from that Ancient of Lore. There are no bears since we are not at tier 3, and the Riflemen are going to be able to pick apart all of those Dryads. Dryads perhaps should be getting some abolished magic onto those water elementals as well, as we are looking to try and finish off this one keep. Now, that is a lot of piercing damage to try and take down this keep. Meanwhile, back across over here, the Ancients of War are looking to just fight back as well. Are we going to see a Scroll of Town Portal? That is going to be another big question there, as another Ancient of Lore is taken down. Only 2 Ancients of War stand between victory and defeat right now, and that Tree of Life. No Scroll of Town Portal coming in. We do see some repairs coming in, as well as the Dryads now trying to head back. Scroll of Healing. What is happening? There's a Scroll of Town Portal heading back home already. What is going on? Straight up lands up inside here. Stormbolt onto the Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch is in trouble. Naga Sea Witch now down. Warden unable to get off a Fan of Knives. There goes the Town Hall, as we see a reveal now cast across all of those archers. Archers now running away once more. Both sides unable to, well, no, still mining possible for Czech. This is going to be what you see is what you get coming across for Hawk here, unless he sells some items. And, well, he needs to harvest a bit of lumber, but he has nowhere to return it to. He does not even have a lumber mill. All right, back across over here. One Dryad poking down this farm. This is going to be a big problem on both sides. Not very many creeps are left. Water Elemental falls to the hands of a Dryad here, as ballistas are now being added. The best possible unit to have. Arch or Warden now coming across over here. No more Naga Sea Witch, if you remember. Archers trying to poke apart these arcane towers, but the standing army at 40 over 36 may be far too much, as the Riflemen and Peasants now joining in on the fight. All right, Ballista needs to head back, perhaps back over here. This is going to be a very big problem indeed. Warden and Dryad trying to finish off those units, as we do see a Tree of Life entangling this gold mine here. All right. This might be one of those few games where the person with the most mining bases is going to be losing, since, well, at the end of the day, you need buildings, and that is not going to be what the end case scenario here, as we take a look as the Archmage pushing across here. All right, base race definitely underway. Hunter's Hall, Moonwell. That Moonwell could be very, very useful still to get that Warden back up to full mana. This Tree of Life still, well, engaging back across over here. You can see the Peasants all falling down across over here. No ballistas to be found, and the Goblin Zeppelin doesn't have any units inside. Hawk is now revealed, as we see the Ancient of War now getting taken out. All right, Mass Riflemen. If we just had all of these moon wells in a better location, perhaps the Dryads and the Warden would still be able to stick around and be alive. But I believe this is pretty much going to be it. 12 over 50 compared to 40 over 30, and Czech gives the GG. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 3 in this series. Hawk taking this series 2-0.